who was dealing with this man who was so great to me all my life, the whole time I've known him. Yet I decided to cheat on him, which is untrue, with, you know, his best friend. Yes, that happened. You know, over a span of time. Yes, that happened. Who happens to be my son's godfather. Yes, that's true. But in no way, shape, or form was this man this, you know, great person. And so I had to come on here and let you guys know, because I'm seeing so many women, especially at that, defending this person who is a straight up abuser, someone who has put me through hell and back for all my life, or not all my life, but for since I've known him. And so for me, I just felt like, yeah, place your judgment. I don't really care what all y'all people have to say, because I wouldn't know you from a can of paint on the street. So if you want to talk about me, talk about me. I've done my share of apologizing to the people that I need to apologize.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and thank you so much for taking your time to watch this. I wanted to talk to you guys about this whole situation with Ryan Henry. If you don't know who that is, he's from Black Ink Crew, which is kind of like a reality TV show. He's a tattoo artist, and there is this big story that has come out regarding him, his best friend, and his best friend baby mom. And the whole situation is a little bit crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm coming across all type of different crazy stories, and you know, ain't nothing sitting under the rocks, ain't nothing sitting under the rugs, ain't nothing being swept under the carpet that is not being exposed, and this is one of them. So I'm gonna fill you guys in on what is going on. It's quite sad actually, the fact that he basically was sleeping with his best friend's baby mum for a whole year whilst his friend was battling with cancer. Right. I know. I'm gonna read to you the statement. It's a little bit long, but just so we can get a little bit of an understanding. Now, this was a time when there was it was mental health awareness, so this was last month, but I was kind of sitting on there because at the time when his friend had released the statement, Ryan hadn't spoken, so I didn't want to just jump right into it without really knowing both sides of the story. None of the other parties has spoken apart from his friend. So Ryan has now spoken, and the baby mama has also spoken, so we're gonna have a look at each side of the story. So this is what his friend said. He said, I've been debating for a few weeks about sharing this. Everyone says don't run to social media. We run to social media for our joys, but we hide our lows. Well, I'm at my lowest point that I've ever been in my life. I found out last week via my son's mother's text that her and Ryan was best friend and father to my godson has been each other over a year and a half. It took so much of a toll. I ended up overdosing last week. Do I want to kill myself? No. The overwhelming pain and me being distraught led me down a path I have never faced. Being that yesterday was mental health day, I decided to share this. Both of my sons have been affected immensely. Caden didn't deserve this. I didn't deserve this. We are brothers. We were brothers, should I say. This isn't for a show, which everyone seems to think. Nah, this is my life. If you know or follow me, you know that I hold my son's mother with the highest regard, as well as Ryan. They did this to me whilst I fought cancer. I am broken, hurt, confused, and so many other things. Now, okay, so here's my thing. First of all, this is just for me, okay? Personally, for me, my baby daddy, my ex, I don't see how my friends can even go there. Like, I couldn't imagine me going there with my ex's friends, family. Like, that proximity, honey, it just can't happen. However, I have spoken about this with a few people, and the question of love has come up in terms of you can't choose who you love. Now, in this case, I don't think it's got anything to do with love, which we're gonna unveil even more. But if you want to go into a deeper discussion, you can't choose who you love, number one, and number two, people people find comfort in so many different ways, and oftentimes it's a lot more closer to home than we even want. Do you get what I mean? And that is just the reality of it, and I understand that. Like, I get it. And sometimes people do things and they have no control of it, okay? And I also get that. But like, for me, it's just one of those things where I'm just like, they must obviously have a really good relationship, because he said that he saw it through his baby mom's text, and that kind of made me question, how did you even get to her text? Like, so I don't know the dynamics of that relationship or the intensity of it. Like, I don't know the levels, like, you know, how close is close. But just for the simple fact that it was a year and a half and he was fighting cancer, and you guys was behind his back were doing that, and on top of that, your goddaddy, that's a bit mad to me. Like, that's a bit, I will be going wild. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I will be wilding out, because I'll be like, nah, you lot, you don't actually love me. Like, for you to do that behind my back. And someone might say, but why does it matter? Because that's your ex. Like, what your ex does, it doesn't matter. But it's like, yeah, that's my ex, but that's family. Like, do you get me? Like, someone that I once loved, like, that's somebody that I had a child with. Like, that's somebody that, it's like, I don't know, like, for me, it's almost like child. Like, there's no boundaries now these days. Like, you could just go with whoever you want to go to. And if it was a case where it was a genuine love, like they genuinely found love with each other, I would have thought, do you know what, sit me down, you know, talk to me, tell me, yo, this is the situation. Yes, the truth is gonna hurt, and yes, I might object it, and yes, it might cause friction in our friendship, but at least you gave me that honesty. Like, at least you respected me enough to give me that honesty. And this is a narrative that I don't believe in, when people are like, oh, sometimes it's best to lie, or oh, people don't really want to hear the truth or whatever. It's like, yeah, the truth is never nice, but the truth will always be more appreciated than a lie. I feel like if he had said, like, if they had said, and maybe because he was going through cancer, so they were like, we don't want to distress him even more. But bruv, I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys thoughts are on that, because I don't know. I'm honestly, I'm trying to be a little bit more open with the situation, just because I know that when it comes to like grievance, for example, like, people manage with it in different ways. But this is somebody who you've obviously probably been there from the beginning of when I met this person, you know, because you were best friend to the point where you are now a brother. Like, we're tight like that. So when I met this woman, you were there. When we got married, for example, you were there. When we had Caden, you were there, you know, and I'm going through cancer, you're there. And so to me, you lot doing that together, it just makes me think, at what point did you lot start finding each other attractive like that? Like, do you get what I mean? Like, things like that proper scare me, you know, because it just makes me feel like I can't trust anybody around my man. Do you know what I mean? Like, because that's a bit mad. Like, at what point are you looking at my man thinking you're a bit of a snack? Like, okay, so basically Ryan just, let's have a look at it quickly.
Last week, you know, it came out that I had slept with a friend of mine's ex, and also the mother of his child.
Okay.
Which happened to also be my godson's mother. That was true. There was situations.
Just happened to be my godson mother.
That happened almost about 2 years ago, and more recently, in the last like 2 months.
We're only gonna watch a bit of it.
Then y'all got this last week, and it's been seemingly as much as it was coming out repetitively that I wasn't saying nothing about it, and that I didn't care.
Wow, someone said you hoped he was dying on the low.
Y'all got the information. I was in Vegas.
That's crazy, man.
Big part about that is that, you know, myself and all the parties involved, you know, we had talked. Because this had come about a week and a half before that.
Now, I don't know why then his friend would have posted it if they had already spoken, and he had apologized and everything. I suppose he was hurt about it. But interestingly, let's have a quick listen to what the baby mum said, because she reveals a lot more information. Now, does this justify anything? Let's have a look.
You know, the many turmoils of my relationship with Anthony. You know, Anthony and I were never married. I was never engaged even to him. We held a relationship. It was short-lived. It lasted for maybe 3 years. For the first, you know, I guess maybe 6 to 8 months of us dating, it was perfect. And then, you know, I began to see who he was as a person. Abusive. Let's just put it there. Friends and family who know me, who know my story, who know me from the beginning, who followed me from the very beginning, have poured out their support, because they know that at the end of the day, what I did was wrong and I take full responsibility for it. But, okay, this person is dragging it to be something that it's, you know, way bigger than the pile of things that he's done to me alone. I can't even speak for who else he's abused in the past or whatever. Either subconsciously this presented an opportunity for revenge or whatever you guys want to call it. At that time, I wasn't thinking about it. I was just thinking about how I was going to be satisfied in that moment and, you know, whatever. With Ryan, you know, a friendship developed from, you know, the beginning when I had began dating Anthony. You know, I never knew who Ryan was. I only knew of him. Anthony claimed that was his best friend, that was going to be our son's godfather. Okay, cool. You know, you guys can see in our feeds and scroll all the way down to see, you know, where we were at as a family. We went on vacations together. We spent a lot of time together. You know, over that time, I got to know Ryan as a person, and as well as everybody else in his family and his, you know, line of friendships. And he was someone that I was able to confide in, you know, during the time that I was not exactly the best person in the world. He's not so innocent out there. And so I wanted to also make that very clear. But to begin, I just wanted to take accountability for what I've done. In no way, shape, or form was it right. I don't feel as though it is something that I should have done. You know, I was selfish. I wasn't thinking. I didn't really care about anybody's feelings at that point, and it's terrible. But I can sit here and tell you guys that's truly what was going through my brain. I wasn't thinking about how this was affecting everybody else. It was a selfish decision in my part. You know, at the time, I hear a lot of people saying, like, where's your loyalty? Like, how could you do that? You know, I had no loyalty for Anthony. I really didn't. And again, I wasn't thinking about everybody else in the situation. So I wanted people to get their facts straight before I start getting death threats and all these things, you know.
I never understand why people give death threats
from the public that this man was so great to me, because he wasn't. You know, what I did, you know, is wrong on all levels. You know, Ryan was someone that, like I said, I confided in, someone who knew those stories firsthand, who had been there, you know, through it all.
Right, okay, here's my thing. So what she's doing, first of all, her energy seems a bit off to me. Her energy seems like, no, you lot are not gonna come for me like that. Do you get what I mean? Because you don't know the type of guy that he is. Now here comes this whole topic about cheating again. You know, I just feel like men can just cheat just for cheating's sake. Whenever a woman cheats, there's always a reason, a more deeper reason, by the way, which does not condone cheating, but there's always like a lot more deeper reason as to why women would cheat. The problem here is that the man was fighting cancer, and oftentimes, you know, this is a broken woman, a broken man, a whole broken situation. And also you have to remember, if you do follow Ryan also, you know, he's been going through his own stuff. This is why I always feel like whenever people are going through a situation, like a couple, as a woman, as a female friend, you have no business being the comforter of that man, or you have no business placing yourself in that man's life for him to rest his head on your shoulder, because all that will do is cause this type of situation. Like she just said, you know, he was there through it all, you know, I used to confide in him. Oh, so because you used to confide in him, you then now, do you get like that type of stuff? I'm like, listen, when you're going through stuff and you are in a situation, why does it have to be him? You know, out of all the men in the world, out of all the women in the world, why does it have to be him, your baby daddy's best friend slash brother and your son's goddad? Like, come on. I know pain makes people do things, but nah, man. I feel like, yeah, whenever people are in pain, they can almost do anything and then just be like, yeah, but I was hurt. Like, there's always find a way to justify it, and to me, it's like there's certain things that you just can't justify. Like, there's certain things that you just have to be like, nah, do you know what, that was wrong, you know, that was wrong. The whole entanglement, the whole situation is wrong. Them two not being together, I get that, because it's kind of like, it doesn't really matter what she does because they're separated, they're now single people, but it's a bit too close to home for me, I'm sorry. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are on that. Please do like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.